Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing you 5 ways to improve your Sims garden. So I'm a bit of a noob to this and I was really stuck when I first got in with Sims, so I really want to show you guys what to do. So before I show you the tips, there are a few things that we need to do. So first thing you want to do is you want to type in Control Shift C, which will bring up the cheats, like kind of command area, and you want to type in testing cheats on, space on. This will like enable your cheats. This is kind of like a bog standard thing that if you're not a noob and you've played Sims, it's pretty easy and everyone knows how to do. So the next thing you want to type in is BB.MOVEOBJECTS space on. This will allow you to have free movement of any object that you place. At first I was having a little few difficulties, sometimes it doesn't work, and then, well, it does work, but sometimes I find it difficult to get the hang of it, and then when you finally do it, it works and you can move things to your heart's content. So from that I'm going to show you tip number 1. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the area where you can change the ground, and you want to kind of plan out where you're going to put your pathway, because everyone needs a pathway leading up to their house. So I've chosen this kind of old cobblestone kind of pathway, because it's kind of this is in kind of medieval kind of Tudor kind of hand. So I kind of start like building a bit of a curve because it's visually nicer when you start gardening, and this is very random, although I'm going over with a darker brush just so to make it a bit perfect. And then I'm going to go around to the other one on the other side of the house and then do something similar. I did this one, took me a few times. I think I am going to cut to when I finished it about here, but I decided I'd keep it as it was because it was quite nice. So the next thing that you're going to want to do after you have created your pathway is you're going to want to create a brown trim around the paths using the dirt. I do this because in nature and in life there's dirt in between the cracks in the cobblestone, which will then again need round the pathway. So first what you're going to do is you're going to trace round each of these parts, and you're also going to go around the edge of the building. This will make it look more not 3D, it'll make it, I suppose 3D, it'll make it look a bit more realistic. Here I was going to choose kind of what grass I wanted to use and what kind of dirt colour I want to use. I decided to go for this quite dark one. This can take quite a lot of time. At first it'll look really strange, but then it will look really nice when you start adding all the stones and all the plants and everything. So I have now skipped on to the part where I'm going to start placing my stones. The stones is where I kind of start the main bit of my terraforming. It kind of gives the land a bit more texture and depth, and it's going to make your garden look at least 25% better than it already does right now. And then I've also started going in with the second most important part of this, which is layering. Now the Sims have provided really nice content for us to use for the plants, and they all look really nice together, so you can be really random, and that is the biggest thing that I suggest. Be random, but only to a certain extent. You want to kind of keep that kind of theme. So in this I kept like purples and like pinks and a few yellows in there as well. I didn't go hugely randomly. I'd keep like if it looked like I needed smaller bushes, I wouldn't go and put a huge llama or something. I'd put like a small flower or something like that. So here I am going to speed through as I put in all the plants and everything until we move on to tip number 2, which will be making ponds. So to build a pond, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to go down to the pool tool custom selection, and you're going to want to create a custom shaped pool however you want. Today I went for a kind of natural looking pool with a bit of a dip in it. Just make sure it's not a box, otherwise it's not going to look like a pond, it's just going to look like a box of water, which isn't great. So then what you should probably do, which I realised I should have been doing, is that I added a pool trim around the pool. I don't actually know if that's its official title, but it's something which is going to make it when you're taking screenshots or anything, or just looking at it in general, general, you won't see that harsh white line. You'll see a really, really nice stony look, so it's not going to look too fake. So what you're going to do then is you're going to start placing these stones around the pool. You've got to make sure that the free move thing is on, otherwise it's not going to work. And at the same time, I recommend adding in reeds and other plants around it to make it look a bit more natural. Also, once you have finally put all the stones on the pool, I would go back on the floor where you can add like dirt and stuff like we did in the past, and add a dirt trim around all the stones to make it look a bit more dimensional. And also, if you want your Sims to swim in it, simply add a staircase and they can go and swim in the pond. So the next thing you're going to do as one of the final tips is to just layer and layer and layer. There's nowhere we can really go wrong here. Just go wild, make sure you know what things are doing, and try and stick to the same plants that you're using. I just went all out and decided to use any that I wanted to. I wanted to create a nice English countryside feel that you would see, especially where the places where I live, and I had so much fun. I just made sure that when you were doing it, you made sure that everything was kind of flowing and looked really nice. I also really recommend using anything that the game can give you, like in the get together there's a well which you can use, and there is also a absolutely gorgeous flower beds which you can get in the default game, and you can really jazz them up and make them look absolutely gorgeous. And just keep on doing it, even if you don't think it looks even if you think it looks quite full, just add a few more. Just make sure you know what you're adding, and don't forget to add trees in as well, because in a natural garden there would be trees. So now I'm a bit further into my building, and I have decided to add in a tree. Now when adding trees, what I recommend is that you go into the build menu and you grab some of the normal grass, which you can get by the flowers or the bushes category, and you put them underneath the tree, and then you go in and add either flowers or stones around the tree, and it's just going to make it look a bit more 3D. Also remembering to add some of the dirt round the tree and around the stones if you add any, and it will make it look really, really nice. I have also added in a kind of a wood log shed, which you might have seen. It is basically there for the person to use in a typical English home. Surely if I ever did the inside of the house, I would make sure to add a lovely fireplace. The final tip I'm going to give you guys is to just continue with the builds. I had so much fun creating this, and what I did is I just went back in and I kept on adding things where I thought it might not look good, but it eventually did, making sure to add dirt around everything so it looks a bit more natural. Anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and if you're new, subscribe, because why not? Look at my awesome, you can't see me, but I'm doing some cool dance moves now, just imagine. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and you can even see here that I've started incorporating of the Sims things. So you've obviously got the pool, which they can go in, although it's a bit algae and lily pad infested, and I've also got these garden beds which I've just about to start terraforming to make them look a bit more usable. But I hope you guys did enjoy it, and cue the pictures with the finished result. Bye!